Hello everyone, I'm Open Donalds. For the trade agreement between United States, China, Japan, and several European countries, I was issued by U.S. Secretary of State John Hay. My mission is to protect the equal privilege for all countries trading with China and protect Chinese territorial and administrative integrity. I created a trade opportunity between China, U.S., and prevented the monopolizing trade, increased U.S. interest in East Asia.
Hello everyone, I'm the Roosevelt Corollary. I'm an addition to the Monroe Doctrine that was issued by President Roosevelt to the Congress in his State of Union, addressed in 1904 after Venezuela crisis of 1902 and 1903. Though I was an addition to Monroe Doctrine, I would also be seen as a departure. While the Monroe Doctrine had sought to prevent European intervention, said European countries should stay out of Latin America, I was used to justify U.S. intervention throughout the Western Hemisphere. I took Monroe Doctrine further to say that the United States had the right to exercise military force in Latin America countries to keep European countries out. Because Roosevelt feared that European powers might begin to intervene in the Americas in order to collect their debt, and Roosevelt was determined to make sure that will not happen. He argued that unrest and disorder in Latin America could force U.S. to exercise international police power. He described this style of foreign policy as taking decisive action sufficiently far in advance of any likely crisis. My purpose was to ensure peace in Western Hemisphere by strong military.
Who's next?
My fellow policies. Hey, folks, this is Dollar Diplomacy. I was promoted by William Howard Taft, and I was useful mostly in 1909 to 1913. I was supposed to solve different problems regarding economic relations with other countries. I was different from other policies because I replaced the bullets, meaning the military force, for dollars, or my nation's money. I was created strictly for a peaceful but very strategic method of increasing the influence of America on foreign economies. See, America believed that whoever controls the railroads also controls the global economy. So therefore, with previous policies, United States tried to acquire railroads in Russia and Japan and then sell them to China. So the two economic powers would mostly be between China and United States, the two main countries that would influence global economy. Russia refused, however, same as Japan. Therefore, those policies did not work. I was created to help out Nicaragua and Honduras, the developing countries, because they had an abundance of natural resources that my country could use to sell to other nations in Europe or Asia. Because United States was trying to help more developing countries because of their abundance in resources. They believed that if the United States will pay those countries to choose whom they elect for the government of, let's say, Nicaragua or Honduras, they believed that they would also control that nation as a whole, because they could choose who will control Nicaragua. This also did not work because eventually, those countries did not want any American interference with their government. So I also did not work, and I failed in 1913. Yeah. Here's Macron.
Hello, everyone. I'm Moral Diplomacy, and I was proposed by Woodrow Wilson in 1912. I actually oppose dollar diplomacy and big stick policies because I am all for morality.
Big stick.
I spread liberty and democracy. Some people say that I'm a little bit aggressive, or maybe that I'm in everyone's business, but actually because of me, US now is a human rights supporter and established democracy in so many countries. I was especially good in Latin America. Yeah, that's it. Oh.
I am the neutrality in war policy. So, all of the previous policies were from before the World War started. Woodrow Wilson got re-elected as the President of United States of America, but he said that we are not going to participate in the war, but we are going to provide supplies to the countries which are in the war because the war is in Europe and we are in North America. So if the Western Hemisphere can't be idolized, then we are not to be vandalized too. So he said that sending soldiers to the other part of the country is useless. Even though if somebody attacks the United States of America, we're not gonna get back, we're gonna fight back. And the policy was just because of the the more of the distance it was, and more of that it was just a waste of time, and economy was already down. The country is really developing and they wanted the economy to grow really fast, so they wanted the economy to be really stable before joining the war, which they eventually did in 1917 after the German soldiers sunk some US ship with passengers in it, and the policy broke down in 1917. So that's it, and the log is done.